Hi, my name is Savannah Roselle. I try to keep myself relatively busy throughout the week, so my daily schedule usually looks something like going to my classes, working out, going to the library, and then hanging out with my friends. I approximately spend around 7 hours in class each week. As for my other obligations, I play two intramural sports that take up around 3 hours per week, and then for everything else, I would say I spend around 6 hours a week. On weekends, I definitely have more leisure time, but during the week, I spend the majority of my free time working out or doing my homework. My extended time off periods are usually just the breaks that we have throughout the school year, so Thanksgiving break, winter break, spring break, and summer break. Specifically this semester, I feel like I have the perfect amount of leisure time. There are times when I feel bored, but there are also times that I feel like I am super busy or overloaded with schoolwork. I do have enough time to rest, hang out with friends, and stay focused on my work. I do have to admit I spend way too much time on social media. I view social media as a way of connecting with my friends and family all over the world. So I would say I spend a total of 4 hours a day on all apps similar to social media. I like to watch shows in the background while I get ready or sometimes to help me fall asleep. So in total, I would say I spend 3 hours a day watching shows or movies. During the week, I like to spend my leisure time sleeping, working out, or talking to my friends. During the weekend, it's very similar, but I spend more time doing activities with my friends and going off campus. Again, when I'm alone, I like to sleep or exercise. With my friends and family, I like to watch movies, go shopping, swim in the pool, or try new restaurants. I like to go shopping on University Boulevard or other malls nearby. I've always traveled a lot, so I've been to a lot of places, but my top three are Portugal, the Caribbean, and Spain. My favorite book is called Verity, and one of my favorite movies is called 10 Things I Hate About You. I really like to cook, so some of my favorite meals are all kinds of pastas and homemade pizzas, and sometimes in my free time, I like to order like fast food, and my number one pick would probably be Chipotle. Traveling is definitely my most unique leisure activity. I've been to places like Singapore, Vietnam, Indonesia, and many other cool places that I feel like many have not visited before. I definitely like to explore and drive around in my free time, but here I don't have a car, so that's the only thing that's stopping me from doing so. I definitely waste most of my leisure time by scrolling on TikTok. I know it's a bad habit, but I'm working on it, and I hope to find something more beneficial to fill my free time with. In high school, I was really involved in sports, so that's how I would spend my leisure time. All my life, I've been used to that, and being in those kinds of environments and surrounded by people with similar goals. Now, my free time consists of spending more time alone or with my friends doing activities I didn't always have time for in the past. COVID affected my life in so many ways, but especially in all the social aspects. Again, I have always played sports, and due to COVID, everything was shut down, meaning I was left at home with not a lot to do. I feel like I fell behind socially and wasn't getting the experiences that others my age have had. I was always surrounded by my family, which I will forever be grateful for, but at the end of the day, my family couldn't give me the same socialization that middle and high school could have given me during those time periods. I definitely value my leisure time heavily. I think it is so important to have personal time because it is so important for my mental health. I obviously value my schoolwork, but it can become overwhelming at times, and having my personal leisure time helps to reset. And I think the same thing goes for the next question. As my leisure time is super important to all aspects of my health, I feel so much better after a workout or spending time with my friends because I get to clear my mind, so I think that is super important. I definitely have always referred to myself as an athlete, and this is because I've always been surrounded by people with similar sports goals and interests, and it has definitely shaped who I am today, just because sports on their own provide so many valuable life lessons, and it has also shaped all of my morals and everything that makes up my personality. The next question can also be answered the same because sports has helped shape my preferences and why I'm into more active experiences during my leisure time. And I think overall reflecting on my leisure time has opened my eyes to everything that makes me happy and what has built me into who I am today. And I think it's important to understand what your body needs and in general what brings you joy. I'm currently studying business, but more specifically next year I'll be majoring in finance. I currently live in Tucson, Arizona, but I am from Los Angeles, California. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I am 18 years old. I identify as a female. I am African American and white. I identify as straight. In the dorms here at U of A, I just live with one other roommate, but at home I live with my mom, my dad, and my little sister. I do not have any children. I am Christian, but I do not participate in very many religious practices. I have graduated high school, but I hope to graduate college with a bachelor's degree. I am only fluent in English, but I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I do not have any disabilities, and I would consider myself to be a liberal, and I'm not sure what my household income is. Thank you.